Welcome to my IBERO-HEBREW poetry selection. I'm Henri and I do warmly welcome you. This series were born of a fascination that evolved into a kind of addiction toward IBERO-HEBREW poetry. I need to say that continuously on my YouTube channel I shall be giving a lot of this poetry which will reflect the combination of my intimate concerns. I will try to give a full-bodied sense of the major poets from the Muslim and Christian periods, and I shall include substantial selections by Shmuel, Hanagid, Shlomo ibn Gabirol, Moshe ibn Ezra, Yehuda Halevi, Abraham ibn Ezra, Yehuda al-Kharizi, and Todros Abulafia. My goal throughout has been and will be to present a gathering that would do justice to the richness and extraordinary features of this poetry and evolving accomplishment of the 500 plus years of this beautiful poetry. The development of that poetry is traced in the biographical introductions to the poets, while the emergence of the poetry, its cultural and literary background and the implications of that very background for translation and presentation are treated in my posts as well. Today I shall present you one of the most controversial but very, very specific and unique Hebrew poet of Iberia, and that is Dunash ben Labrat. By all accounts, he was the founder of the very fresh and new Andalusian Hebrew poetry. He was born in the first third of the 10th century in Fez, Morocco. The name Dunash is Berber in its origin. He traveled so much to Baghdad in his youth in order to study with the greatest scholar of his day, and that was Saadia Gaon. While still in Babylonia, Dunash adapted Arabic poetry's quantitative meters to Hebrew, and he clearly showed the results to his teacher. Dunash was very much known for his liturgical poems. His liturgical poems were sung everywhere, in every town, in every city, in every village, and in every county, according to a polemical poem by one of his students. His secular verse also gained many admirers and marked the very beginning of a tradition that would last for 5 centuries in Spain and continue on after that in North Africa, Palestine, Yemen, Turkey, Italy, and elsewhere. Most of Dunash's output is presumed to be lost, unfortunately, and critical opinion of his 13 extant poems and assorted fragments is mixed. While he was ambitious and daring, Dunash was hardly a master craftsman, and much of his work shows the strain of his labor. By and large, his figurative gifts were limited and his style awkward and somehow stiff. Still, his innovations were major lasting, and he goes down in the annals of Hebrew literature as one of its greatest pioneers. Today, I shall present you few of his poems, and first will be a fragment, and then Blessing for a Wedding, and then a poem, Drink, he said. Now I shall start with his fragment. Let scripture be your Eden, and the Arabs' books your paradise grow. Blessing for a wedding. Banish suffering and also wrath, and the mute will break into song. Guide us on path of righteous action, and grant us the blessings of Aaron's sons. The last one is the poem, Drink, he said. Drink, he said, don't drowse, drink wine aged well in barrels, near henna beds and aloes and roses mixed with myrrh, in pomegranate grows, by grapevines and date palms, with tender plants and saplings, and tamarisks in rows. to the sound of coursing water. The thrumming of the zither accompanies the singers with reed pipes and an oud. All the trees they are spread with branches and fine fruit, and every sort of bird sings among the leaves. The pigeons coo and moan as though composing songs, and turtle doves respond as though they're playing flutes. We'll drink along the beds hedged about the lilies and drive away our sorrows with wine and songs of praise.